In today's video, we're going to go over the pros and cons of living in Enoch, Utah, which is located just north of Cedar City in southern Utah. All right, let's get to it. If this is your first time to this channel, we talk about everything there is to know about living in southern Utah. My name is Elizabeth Prisbrey. I'm with Stratum Real Estate Group. I help people just like you every single day looking to make a move to Cedar City, Utah, the surrounding areas, really all of southern Utah. If that's something that interests you, my information is down below in the description. I would love it if you would reach out to me. Before we jump into the pros and cons of living in Enoch, Utah, it's important to note that Enoch is right next to Cedar City, Utah. If you watched my last video, I gave a map tour of Enoch, Utah. I will link that down below in the description in case you missed it. It's a good one to go back and see just how large the town is and really what you can expect to get there. I have also done a pros and cons video for Cedar City, Utah. I'm not going to list everything in our pros and cons video of Enoch, Utah, even though there's going to be a lot of similarities because the towns are so close together. However, I will link my Cedar City pros and cons video down in the description as well so that you can take a look at that and relate it to the pros and cons of Enoch, Utah. If you did see my map tour of Enoch, Utah, you know that it is a small town and it is really filled with farmland and housing. So that leads me to my first pro, which is country life. If you are looking to be out of the city, away from congestion, and you really want to feel like you're out in the country, Enoch is the place to be. It allows you to feel like you are living that country life without having the city right on top of you. The second pro is it's quiet. Because you're out in the country, because you are away from the city, it is a very quiet feel. In the evenings, during the day, there's really not a whole lot of noise. I would say with the exception of if construction is happening nearby, you are going to hear that during the day, but you're not going to hear the noise of a typical city life. The third pro of living in Enoch, Utah are the views. There are great views to the east and the west with the Cedar City Mountains, as well as the Three Peaks. Another pro, and this is just a little bonus here of living in Enoch, Utah, because you are out in the country having that country life, is you can actually hop on your utility vehicles, your ATVs, four-wheelers, whatever you want to call them, side-by-sides, and you can ride right from your house and hit many trails that are in the surrounding areas. And southern Utah has a lot of trails. So that's kind of a perk of being out there as well, is you have access to that recreation without having to access the city. That's kind of a little bonus pro there. Now, this leads me to the cons of Enoch, Utah. As we know, it's country life. And if you saw my map tour, you saw there is not a lot of shopping in Enoch, Utah, which is going to be our number one con. We have Foster's Market, we have the Dollar Tree, and there's one restaurant out there. So if you're going to go shopping, then you do have to travel about a 15-minute drive down to Cedar City. So that would be the first con, is that you actually don't have a whole lot of shopping nearby. However, I would say if you're coming from a larger city where you're used to driving that distance to grocery shop anyway, then it may not seem like a big deal to you. You're actually coming for that country life and to be away from that congestion. So it's kind of what you're looking for. Do you want that rural country life, or do you want to be in the congestion of the city? It's really what you're looking for. But that would be the first con, is there's not a lot of shopping nearby. Second con is really kind of goes along with that shopping. You've got to drive a distance. Again, Cedar City isn't that far. It's a 15-minute drive. But the second con is there's really only two main roads going in and out of Enoch. So if those get congested, it can make the drive a little bit frustrating. If you saw my map tour, there are two exits off the I-15. Enoch is right between both of them. So you're going to be taking one of those roads out of Enoch. If it gets congested, for example, during the school traffic hour, maybe plan some time to get to work ahead of time, because as we saw, most of the jobs are likely going to be down in Cedar City. The third con, and this can really be taken either way. So I talked to several people that actually live within Enoch. I live in Cedar City. It's right south of it. I came from Las Vegas, so I'm a city girl. I needed just a little bit a little bit of city. However, I talked to several people that live within Enoch, and this was a con for one, but a pro for another. So I'm going to list it here on the con. I'm going to let you decide what it is you're looking for, because in my opinion, if you are looking to live in Enoch, you're looking for that country life. You're looking for it to be a little bit more rural because there aren't a lot of businesses there. There's not that congestion. So the third one, which got put on the con list, but again, any of these can go either way for you depending on what you're looking for. The third one is there's starting to be a lot more subdeveloped land, meaning builders are coming in and doing a little bit more master plan community. Most of Enoch has been really rural, farmland. You can have animals on your lots. There's not sidewalks or gutters, and it really is that farmland. But more and more builders are starting to come in, buy land that they are developing, meaning these new developments within Enoch, Utah will have your sidewalks, your gutters, CC&Rs. Some of them might have HOAs. So there's not a lot of that yet, but that is coming. So that is something to think about. This could be a pro or con to you, but know that that is coming out into Enoch. So far, there is still not a lot of shopping, not a lot of businesses down towards that end. I'm hoping that near that northernmost exit of Cedar City on the I-15 that we're going to get some more shopping and some stores in there and really help Enoch flourish. But if you're coming for that rural country life, you may not want that. So again, I didn't dive into all of the great pros that are going to come along with Enoch, Utah that are also in my Cedar City video, which are 4 seasons, close to a lot of national parks, hikes, camping sites, extracurricular activities or recreational activities, friendly people. You're going to see all of those in my Cedar City pros and cons video. So definitely check that out. Again, I will link it down below in the description because all of those do apply to Enoch, Utah. However, the difference between Enoch and Cedar City is Enoch is going to give you much more of a country life, and it's going to keep you out of the congestion of the city, give you that quiet, slower pace of life. So this was a brief video. I didn't want to keep you too long of the pros and cons of Enoch, Utah. If you have any pros and cons that you can think of, definitely leave them down in the comments, or if you have any questions, leave those for me as well. I want to answer any questions that you guys have if you are considering making a move here. I love the questions. I'm a teacher at heart, and I would love to answer those for you. Once again, my name is Elizabeth Prisbrey. I'm with Stratum Real Estate Group. My contact information will also be down below in the description. Please don't hesitate to reach out. I really do help people just like you every single day that have reached out to me through this make a move to Southern Utah. All right, until next time, have a wonderful day.